Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over my full iPad collection, and this is also the first video I'm filming on my Google Pixel 6. I might main this phone, I'm on the fence about it. I've added all my contacts, but I'm not sure if I want to commit to using this yet. So we're going to start with iPad 1s. I have 4 iPad 1s. This is an iPad 1 32GB. Ignore all the dirt. This thing's been in storage for a very long time. A 32GB Wi-Fi. It needs a new battery, but it'll fully work once I replace the battery. This is an iPad 1 16GB. I got this at the thrift store. Oh yeah, I got that at the thrift store, and I got this at the thrift store. I've not cleaned it since I got it at the thrift store, which is why it's disgusting. And that's because it has a bad battery. It's in like really terrible condition, and it also has motherboard issues that prevent the touchscreen from functioning properly. So that one is only good for parts. This iPad here is in horrific condition as well, like all iPad 1s are, but this is a 64GB cellular, and these were like $1,000 brand new. I got this thing from the recycling center. I actually have it in a video I made a really long time ago. But yeah, I got this thing from the recycling center. It has been through many batteries and many screens. Unfortunately, the motherboard on this one is also partially damaged, not allowing the touchscreen to work in a certain area, but it's not bad enough where it's completely unusable. However, I intend to replace this one with a nicer 64GB cellular soon. And then my best iPad 1, this is I'm just covering up details, a 32GB cellular. I got this one at the flea market for $25. I believe this was 20 bucks, this was $15, this came from the recycling center, and this was 25. When I bought it, I knew it was working. I normally won't buy iPad 1s if I don't know they're working, but I have been on the hunt for an iOS 3 iPad 1, and I really, really want one. So I have been looking up and down for one, and I so far have not found any. It really sucks. But this works perfectly. It's on iOS 4.3.5. And you know it works perfectly because it's the cleanest one out of all of these. So, moving on to the iPad 2s, 3s, and 4s, which I'm going to have to do in bunches because I have so many. Alright, and we have an iPad 2, again, just covering up stuff like my serial number, 16GB Wi-Fi on either iOS 4.3.3 or 4.3.5. This thing I got from one of my friends for $25 with another one on iOS 4. It works perfectly. It's just a 16GB Wi-Fi only, so it's like the base model. This is a 16GB cellular iPad 2. I got this one on eBay for 40 bucks. It's in like near mint condition. I have a video going over it. It works perfectly. Was my first iPad 2 on iOS 4. This one, sorry I am having to go through so much effort to cover up my serial number, but people are crazy with stealing serial numbers now, so I really have to do it. This thing is a 16GB Wi-Fi, again on iOS 4.3.3 or 4.3.5. I got it with that one right there, and I am going to leave these ones facing up since it is really easy to steal the serial numbers on these. Sorry, guys. This is an iPad 2. I don't care to show the serial because this one is completely roached. It is iCloud locked. I got it either from the grocery store bin or one of my Targets. As you can see, the glass, the digitizer is cracked. The glass is not cracked, the digitizer is cracked, and it's iCloud locked. What sucks is when I got this, the digitizer wasn't cracked. It worked fine. It was just iCloud locked, and I want to convert either this one or this one to white, and I can't use this one for parts, so that sucks. But yeah, this one is unfortunately for parts only. This is, damn, this one's in really, really rough shape. This is an iPad 2, 16GB Wi-Fi. I got this at my local Target. It has a huge dent and a ton of scratches. That's like not dirt, those are actually scratches. And it is on iOS 8.4.1, and it's remote managed by a school. So it was either stolen from a school, or lost. Some kid lost it at Target and it was thrown in the bin, or the school retired it and somebody got it without it being removed. I don't know. And then the final iPad here is an iPad 3, 16GB Wi-Fi and cellular on iOS 6.1.3. I got this thing from the thrift store for only 25 bucks, and I bought it because when I held the power button, it showed the iOS 6 battery logo, so I knew it was either on iOS 5 or 6. It came reset. That was a really good deal. I got that with an Xbox One with all of the accessories for $12 and an iPhone 10 that ended up kind of being roached, but it was $25. So yeah, really good deal. All right, moving on to the remainder. All right, and these are my only 3 iPad 4s. The first one is I believe it's a 32 gigabyte cellular. It's in like near mint condition, just has 2 dents. I got this, my friend bought this for me on eBay, and then I traded him some stuff for it. It's on iOS 6.1.3. This one is a 64 gigabyte Wi-Fi only, in kind of bad shape. I got it from, I want to say I got it from the grocery store phone bin, but I honestly don't remember. Works perfectly. It is on iOS 10. I need to use that more for something. And then this one, the only one I don't care about showing the serial on, I got from the same Target I got those 2 red iPhone SEs at, but before I started caring about my devices again. So when I found out it was 16 gigabytes and iCloud locked, I just smashed it, and I kind of regret doing that because I could have used this thing for parts. I'm going to now do the iPad Airs and like iPad 5th and 6th gen. Alright, so the first iPad here is an iPad Air 1st generation, 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi only. It's pretty beat up, pretty dirty. I ended up salvaging the battery out of this, and the digitizer cables are damaged. I got this one from the grocery store phone bin. I do intend on replacing the battery and replacing the digitizer because it would be an extremely cheap repair. It's FMI off, so it will work when I'm done with that. Then we have an iPad Air 2. This one is, I believe, a 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi only. Now, this one's absolutely disgusting. I'll get into that. It also does not have a functioning screen. So I bought this at the flea market with 2 other iPads we'll see in a little bit. I think I got it for like $3. It is on iOS 9 and is an X-Demo unit from Best Buy. It has unfortunately been wiped, but it does work flawless. Well, it doesn't work flawlessly. I don't know what I'm saying, but it will work fine once I replace the screen. It's on iOS 9.3.5. It was wiped right before iOS 10 came out, so yeah. Sucks that it's not going to have demo content, but at least it'll be on a rare version. And the reason it's disgusting is because before my... when I got it, I was like, let me keep it completely how I got it, so when I get a functioning tripod, I can make a restoration video on it. And it is, many months later. In fact, it's over a year later. Might be 2 years later now, because I got it in 2024, and as you can see, it's still in the same condition I got it in, and I no longer intend to make a restoration video on it because I don't have a tripod and I don't intend on getting one. The next iPad is an iPad 5th generation, 32 gigabyte. This is the one I got for free, and I have it in the Tech Deals video, and I have an important update about this iPad. I actually got it to work. Yeah. Turns out the board wasn't bad. The battery I had in there was just super duper flat, and it wouldn't charge. So I put it in the iPad Air, and I charged it up to like 17%, and then I put it back in here, and it started working perfectly. It's on iOS 13, it has a passcode and an iCloud, and I'm working on trying to get the iCloud removed at the moment. Hopefully it'll be successful. If it is, I will make a full update video. And then finally, this is an iPad 6, 32 gigabyte in gold. I got this from the Target bin. It is, was disgustingly dirty. It was one of the nastiest devices I ever had. It had no passcode but an iCloud on iOS 15. Either it had no passcode or I guessed the passcode. And I removed the iCloud with a saved password. Has a severely shattered digitizer. I will replace it, but it works perfectly. It's on like iOS 15. Pretty nice iPad. I do intend on fixing it. But now I'm going to move on to the iPad minis, because I have a lot of iPad minis. Alright, and now we're on the iPad minis. So the first iPad mini is a 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi in black. It came from Japan, and that is actual damage there. It's not like residue. It is on iOS 6.0.1. My friend bought it for me on Mercari, and then I traded him stuff for it. It's a really nice iPad. It's one of the rarest in my collection. I'd been looking for one on iOS 6 for a very long time. This one is the Mini 1 I found at Target that I intend on replacing the digitizer and the housing on. It is still charged. This thing has a really, really good battery. But yeah, it works perfectly. Just has a cracked screen and a really beat up housing. This next iPad I also got from the Target bin. This is a Chinese model iPad Mini 2. This dent was not here when I got it. I dropped a Windows 95 laptop on this thing by accident after I put a lot of work into fixing it, because when I got it, it had a bloated battery, a cracked LCD, and a cracked digitizer. So I went and I replaced the LCD, the battery, and the digitizer, put a ton of work into it, and then, yeah, dropped my Windows 95 laptop. It destroyed the LCD, the battery probably needs to be replaced too, and the digitizer is still fine. But I'll work on fixing that eventually. This one, I'm not going to flip over or show the back of, because it has my friend's sister's name engraved on the back of it, and I don't want to show that to the public, to respect her privacy. But this, I pulled a battery and a really messed up screen out of to test this. He traded it to me for really cheap. This iPad Mini 2 is iCloud locked and has no screen or no digitizer or LCD. I got it from the flea market with the iPad Air 2. It's a space gray model. I believe it's a 16 gigabyte. This black iPad Mini 1 is what I intend to put the stuff from this one into, but I think this actually might be FMI off, so I should probably check that before I do it. It's in, like, pretty good condition for a slate black device. I got it at the flea market with this and the iPad Air 1. And then this I got from the grocery store phone bin. It's FMI off and it fully works. It's dirty. I used it for parts to fix that one. And now I'm going to move on to the final iPad, which is my only iPad Pro. And this is my iPad Pro 128GB cellular on iOS 15.2. I got this off my friend for like only $50 because it has a lot of problems. Number one, if you can't tell, the backlight is heat damaged because he left it on a hot plate too long, and the battery in here is super defective. It'll take like hours, like over 24 hours to get off the battery flat screen, and then instantly go to 100%, and then it'll last like days sometimes. But then sometimes it'll boot right up and last a reasonably long time too. So I believe the BMS board on this thing is damaged, unfortunately. But yeah, iPad Pro first generation, 128GB Wi-Fi plus cellular, and I'll prove that it works and it's unlocked and everything real quick. Yeah, fully works. I used to use this as a main iPad. I no longer use it anymore, just because I always wanted one of these for my collection, and it's the reason I bought it in the first place. And I don't really use an iPad much, so I don't need to use it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.